So dear students, as we were dealing of chapter 3, that is atoms and molecules. So atoms and molecules we are continuing. Yes. So we were dealing the laws of chemical combination given by Antoine V. Lavoisier. So one law we have already studied in the last class, that is law of conservation of mass. The second law is law of definite proportion, otherwise known as law of constant proportion, given by Joseph Proust. You can have the diagram, you can have the picture of Joseph Proust. He was from France. Now what was the statement? In a chemical compound, the elements are always present in a definite proportion by mass. So very important, in any chemical compound, the elements are always present in a definite mass. That means it will not change. It is already stabilized, right? For example, if we are taking water H2O, that means the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen is always constant. Now, the basic ratio is 1:8 by mass, that is 1 gram of hydrogen and 8 gram of oxygen. Now, if suppose it is 2 gram, if we are taking as 2 gram of hydrogen, then automatically this 8 will become 16 grams. 2 into 8, 16 grams of this oxygen. If I am taking this as 3, so the oxygen will be 3 into 8, that is 24 grams. So this is how the ratio varies, but the base ratio, the basic point is the hydrogen and oxygen ratio in the water molecule will be 1:8. I hope you understood. Now, Dalton's gave atomic theory about 6 points. He mentioned about different properties of atoms. The first property is matter is made up of atoms. Very, very simple. Any matter is made up of the smallest particle, that is atoms. Atoms are indivisible particle. We cannot cut it down further smaller. Atoms of same element have identical mass and chemical properties. Suppose if I am taking two hydrogen atoms, both of them have the same mass and chemical properties. Now, atoms of different elements have different masses and chemical properties. Suppose, for example, if I am taking hydrogen and oxygen, both of them are different elements, so they have different masses and the chemical properties. Now, in the atoms combine in small whole numbers to form compounds. Now, if we are taking this water molecules H2O, that means 2 number of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. That means whole number means 0 to 9, that is small whole numbers. So any compound which is forming, they are combining in small whole numbers, like water 2 and 1, like hydrochloric acid HCl, that means both are 1 1. So whole numbers, each atom is present and they are combining to form the compound. The relative number and kind of atoms are constant in a given compound. As I already mentioned you, in any compound, the number and kinds of atom will be constant. After occupying the stability, the compounds, whether it is a sodium chloride NaCl, whether it is hydrochloric acid HCl, whether it is water H2O, whether it is carbon dioxide CO2, the ratio, the number of atoms will be constant, stable. So again I am giving you the John Dalton's atomic theory. All matter is made up of very tiny particles, atoms. Atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. Atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. Atoms of different elements have different masses and chemical properties. Atoms combine in a ratio of small whole numbers to form compounds. The relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. So these are the Dalton's atomic theory. Now coming to atom, atoms are the smallest particle of an element which can take part in a chemical reaction. So size of an atom we can tell in nanometer. Then you can have 1 nanometer is equal to 1 by 10 to the power 9 meter. So 1 meter is equal to 10 to the power 9 nanometer. For example, the atomic radius of hydrogen atom is equal to 1 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. So small. That means 1 by 1 and 10 zeros. So small is our atom. There are different examples also. If you have molecules of water, it is 10 to the power minus 9. If you are taking molecule of hemoglobin, it is 10 to the power minus 8. So there are different examples. Now, for studying much more chemical reaction, Dalton used some symbols in the ancient time. These symbols are like hydrogen, you have this symbol. For phosphorus, you have this, copper like this, gold like this, carbon, sulfur, lead, platinum, mercury, silver, iron, oxygen. Very simple, oxygen, right? Oh. So these are the symbols used by Dalton to do the different chemical reaction. But after some time, Berzelius, one scientist, Berzelius gave that, or he just stated that we have to use the element's first letter or combination of first and second to give the names of the elements, okay, to give the symbols. So like that, we have some symbols: hydrogen like H, helium, He, carbon, C, copper, it is coming from a Latin word cuprum, so Cu, cobalt, Co, chlorine Cl, cadmium Cd, boron B, barium Ba, bromine Br, bismuth Bi. Now these six categories are coming from the Latin word. That is why this the first letter is not there. Here the first letter will be there. So sodium, natrium, Na, natrium, so Na. Potassium, kalium, K. Iron, ferrum, Fe. Gold, aurum, Au. Silver, argentum, Ag. Mercury, hydrargyrum, Hg. So these are from the Latin names. We are taking the symbols of the elements. So these are few elements only I have just explained you. There are much more like hydrogen like H, then aluminium Al, argon Ar, barium Ba, like that. So many things are there. So as you study, you will come across different symbols. Hope you understood.